And good evening, Southeast Texas. Going to take the next 15 minutes and take an in-depth look at your forecast. Otherwise, beautiful evening across the area right now. As you can see, just some high cloudiness streaming in from the west. This is due to an upper level disturbance, but again, you saw less blue today. That's because moisture is increasing across Southeast Texas. That's some good news as far as at least the fire danger coming up over the next few days, as that may be tempered a bit. Because of increasing humidity levels. We don't do well when we get those humidity levels really dropping in a dry air mass as far as the fire danger. Otherwise, a beautiful sunset as courtesy of Packard LaPrey and the Roofing 911 Skycam Network. Your allergy report, well, we have some good and some bad. Let's see, weed pollen is higher today than yesterday. Grass pollen is down and mold is back up to high levels across Southeast Texas, but it's really the ragweed that affects a lot of people, and it's at very high levels out there right now. And your weather headlines: clouds in and out through the next couple of days, and maybe an isolated shower tomorrow, but I wouldn't count on it. I think the best chance of shower and thunderstorm activities we've been saying will be Saturday afternoon and Saturday night across Southeast Texas as a cold front pushes through, and that means some maybe some cooler mornings as we head back towards Monday of next week. At below normal rainfall really expected through the next 7 days across Southeast Texas. Tomorrow evening for Friday night football looks fantastic. Just going to be a little bit warmer this time compared to last week and a little more humid because of that southeast flow off the Gulf. We'll go with no rain through the evening. Should be near 80 at kickoff. By halftime, low to mid 70s, and by the end of the game, the low to mid 70s with a light southeasterly wind, again keeping those humidity levels up. Across our area, not much going on right now except some clouds moving on in. Fast forward into Saturday, 7 a.m. See that up at the upper level, right-hand corner of your screen? Saturday evening, we'll be seeing these showers and thunderstorms move into our area, certainly the evening hours, maybe even the afternoon hours. Then the front comes through early Sunday morning, and then we're done. Looks like dry weather coming up on Sunday across Southeast Texas. Don't want to mince words. After that front comes through, Monday morning could be rather cool. There's a potential we may get another front in on Tuesday. I'm not quite sold on that yet, but modeling basically going down into the lower 60s by Wednesday of next week. Otherwise, as we take a look at our rain chances, Friday we'll go with maybe a sprinkle, but Saturday is going to be our best chance. It looks like light stuff. Even though there's a pretty good coverage of showers and maybe a thunderstorm. A break Sunday, Monday, maybe a light shower on Tuesday if that front can get close enough to us. Again, it may not make it through our area. Regardless to say, much of next week looks dry, so the drought will continue to further intensify or worsen, if you will, as we take a look at rainfall potential across Southeast Texas through the next 7 days. This is the GFS. The Euro a little bit wetter. We don't like that. We think it's too wet and overdone. I think a quarter of an inch is possible, at least on Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. So could be some isolated 1 inch totals. Those will be the exception rather than the rule, as you can see, well below normal rainfall through the next 7 days. So you're looking at atmospheric moisture through the next week, and as you can see, it's increasing, and it will apex on Saturday. Then the front comes through, dry weather Sunday, Monday, maybe a sprinkle on Tuesday, and then it goes down as we head towards Wednesday and Thursday. So Saturday will be our best chance of rain and maybe a thunderstorm, but very dry air mass returns to the area Sunday and Monday, which means lots of sun and cooler mornings. So as far as your burn bans, Harris County just went into a burn ban, but all of Southeast Texas under a burn ban, and we continue to add even parishes to the map this evening over in southwest Louisiana. Because of the increasing moisture off the Gulf, the southeast winds and cloud cover, the good news is that we expect the fire threat coming up tomorrow to be, wildfire threat I should say, mainly in outlying areas, should be lower, low to moderate levels coming up tomorrow. The green low levels and medium levels over the rest of the area. What does that mean? That means that there's a potential for fires to start, but they're not expected to rapidly spread across the area. So that's some good news. Again, that's because of increasing moisture in the southeast flow off the Gulf and the clouds helping to temper temperatures a bit. You can see higher moisture levels than even today. 45 to 55% tomorrow afternoon. That's the minimum afternoon relative humidity. It sure beats 20% like we had earlier this week. So again, that moisture off the Gulf and cloud cover helping to curtail the threat of wildfires across southeast Texas. Although the drought continues to worsen, anywhere from a level 1 to a level 2 drought across the area. Worst of it is into Liberty, Hardin, and southern Tyler counties. They're at level 2 or a moderate drought. And as of today, we're now 5.54 inches below normal since September 1st, at about 45 days ago, and about 9 inches down, 9 1/3 inches since the beginning of this year. Otherwise, again, as I said, light rainfall through the next 7 days. That's through next Thursday, 1/4 of an inch or less. Hopefully we could get some unexpected high rainfall across the area, because we certainly need it, but just doesn't look like that's going to be the case. So right now we're watching a band of high cloudiness moving in along the I-45 corridor. This is off towards our west. It'll be moving through. We'll call it coming through tonight. We'll call it partly cloudy skies tonight, as this will move in and move out. No rain is expected, as temperatures have fallen into the upper 70s to lower 80s at the airports across southeast Texas, on the Pro Roofing Concepts satellite and radar loop. Across the state, again, you can see this band of cloudiness. This is due to an upper level disturbance that, and as you can see, the wind's doing something like this. There's a disturbance right there that is moving up the coastline, creating those clouds. Wish those clouds would be producing some rain, but you can see the bulk of the deeper moisture is off into the Gulf, but it is trying to work our way. And again, that would be very helpful as far as combining with that front that is over in towards New Mexico. So there's the disturbance in through central and southwest Texas. It's high pressure is basically weakened and pushed off to the southeast Gulf. So the flow around it is dragging that disturbance out of Mexico through Texas. Not much more than a cloud maker. Otherwise, as we head on in to Saturday, late into Sunday, we'll be watching this trough of low pressure. Notice the dip. This is the trough of low pressure that'll be dragging a cold front through our area, with maybe scattered showers and thunderstorms Saturday afternoon and Saturday night, I should say, across our area. The deepest moisture remains off towards our south and east. Then beautiful weather coming up Sunday and Monday. Another trough will be moving through the Midwest. It's kind of dicey whether or not this will make it into our area on Tuesday. Maybe a sprinkle. There is sufficient moisture return, but the problem is whether or not we get this front in. Look at that high pressure off towards Old Mexico and into South Texas. That means very little chance of rain next week, as basically the storm track is well off towards the north. So again, the drought will worsen across southeast Texas. So taking a look at the tropics, nada in the Gulf. And again, we've got plentiful shear in the upper levels of the atmosphere. Again, the winds are doing something like this, and they're very strong in the upper levels. Otherwise, in the Caribbean, what I've done is I've highlighted the areas typical in October for hurricane formation. Notice the lack of them in the Gulf. So you may hear and see a lot of things on social media talking about, oh my gosh, the Caribbean, the Caribbean, the Caribbean. Big deal, at least for us. Now, around the 25th or 26th, there's a pretty good chance of us seeing something developing. And it's because of a tropical wave that's in the far eastern Atlantic. It's going to be moving into the Caribbean, and it may develop. It's that time of year. But guess where it goes? They usually do something Florida, back off towards the north and east, because as these storms gain latitude, these are latitude lines right there. As these storms move further up in latitude, they encounter westerly shear aloft, and that pushes them off towards the north and east. That's what happens usually this time of year. So again, yeah, there's plentiful models that are ensembles that are doing a lot of recurves and over towards that area, over the Bahamas, Hispaniola, back over towards Jamaica. I don't disagree that there's going to be the potential for tropical storms and hurricanes, maybe a hurricane, as we head towards maybe the 25th, 26th of October. But with all the shear over the northwest Gulf, this is not a big deal for us, obviously. Otherwise, you can see that wave that is in the east central Atlantic. That's what's going to be moving off towards the west and possibly developing around the 25th or 26th, and then probably recurving or curving off to the north and then off towards the north and east. So I think the Gulf is, again, fine. I think we are done with hurricane season. I've been saying that. So tonight, clouds are in and out of here like Friday's check. We'll see those clouds move out, and we'll see temperatures dropping, I think, into the lower 60s in the lakes and closer to 70 here in the Triangle. Then tomorrow, we'll go with partly cloudy skies. Can't rule out maybe a shower on radar tomorrow. High temperatures should be in the mid to upper 80s. And it looks like fantastic weather for Friday night football. It's just going to be a little more humid, but it should be warm across the area. So on the Gulf tomorrow, looking at slightly choppy seas around 2 to 3 in your coastal marine forecast, with a southeast wind at 10 to 15 knots, water temperature at 84 degrees. Our forecast tonight, partly cloudy skies. The clouds will be in and out, but generally partly cloudy. Lower 60s lakes, closer to 70 here in the Triangle with a light southeasterly wind. Then for tomorrow, we'll go with partly cloudy skies. Highs should be in the mid to upper 80s, maybe a sprinkle here in the Triangle, inland southeast Texas, with east winds in the morning turning southeast in the afternoon. And your weather impact 7-day forecast again. Saturday will be the day for showers and thunderstorms. We don't expect heavy rainfall. It'll be mainly in the afternoon hours into Saturday night. By Sunday morning, daybreak, I think all we'll have is some clouds. The rains will be out of here. We should have full throttle sunshine Sunday afternoon as a drier air mass filters on in. And by Monday morning, we may see one of the coolest mornings so far this fall season, at least here in the Triangle. Could be around the mid 50s, mid to upper 50s here in the Triangle. Beautiful weather on Monday, but this is a fast moving pattern. So we'll start to get moisture back in on Tuesday. The muggies, look how our lows go from 57 to 68. That tells us that moisture is moving back in. And again, maybe a sprinkle, then maybe not. It depends on whether or not this front makes it far enough out, further enough south to move through our area. Regardless, it looks like dry weather the rest of the 7-day forecast, and that is grossly below normal as far as rainfall. And that is a look at your weather impact 7-day forecast. If you're just joining, oh, look at the sunset. Beautiful cirrus sunset as upper level cloudiness is moving in from the west due to an upper level disturbance. Not the best of times for our allergy sufferers with ragweed, a big issue today. Again, we expect scattered showers and thunderstorms coming up late Saturday into Saturday night as the cold front comes through. Ahead of that, it looks like a great evening forecast for Friday night football. No rain expected. It's just going to be warmer and humid across the area. This front is expected to push through early Sunday morning, but ahead of it, Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, and Saturday night, scattered showers and thunderstorms are expected. And again, we could see the coolest morning so far in the Triangle, so far this fall, if you will. Could be in the mid 50s Monday morning after the front pushes through. And again, you can see 50% coverage on Saturday, but we don't expect heavy rainfall with this, as some of the more reliable modeling showing maybe 1/4 of an inch. Hopefully we get more than what we expect as moisture increases Saturday and then crashes down as a drier mass filters in on Sunday and Monday. And with the increasing moisture across southeast Texas, the wildfire danger is going to be lower coming up tomorrow as afternoon humidities really crash or don't crash tomorrow. As the drought continues to worsen, we're looking at 5.5 inches below normal since September the 1st. And again, about 1/4 of an inch is expected through the next 7 days across southeast Texas. Let me just fast forward because I'm running out of time. This is a disturbance that's creating the clouds across our area. And the trough of low pressure that we'll be watching our front push into the area will arrive Saturday night into Sunday. And very quickly, see if I can get